It's not my fault that he has to go back to school. I didn't promise him the day off and then take it away from him. Instantly upset. Like he went from first to fifth gear immediately. My kids went back to school, back to nursery this week. So that's nice. The extra layer of parenting, the stress, the cost of days out that you are pretty much forced to take them out on. That's now all over. The stress of all of that will begin to subside. My son sort of somehow got it into his mind the night before he was supposed to go back. He got it into his head that he had an inset day, which is a bit weird. Like, so he wouldn't have to go back the next morning. I don't know if any of you guys are parents, firstly, or, if you are parents, if you've ever had something like that where they just get this idea in their head. He was sure of it. He was like, no, I've got an inset day tomorrow. Like, I don't have to go back to school tomorrow. I was like, I don't think you do. Like, normally, like, I'm pretty good about this stuff. I've learned the hard way that I have to check the calendar, the school calendar. Or like I check the PDFs before they go on half term. And he was like, no, it's totally an inset day tomorrow. I'm like, mate, like, okay, if you do, then you do, right? That's fine. But I haven't heard anything about it. And normally, like, the parents chat, like the WhatsApp chat that all of the parents are on, that kind of blows up like a day before from some sort of, ill-prepared dad. Knackered out, stressed mum is just like, is it an inset day tomorrow? Is it a mufti day this week? Like that sort of thing, right? It's normally me. Okay, fine. I admit it. I said, like, normally I check these things, or normally, like, the WhatsApp group blows up, but I haven't seen anything this time. So, but, like, if it is, then it's fine. Like, we'll just go and check. We'll go and check the calendar now. So anyway, he runs upstairs, and it's still in his mind, right? Still in his mind, he's certain doesn't have to go back to school the next day. Based on absolutely no information. Yes. He can't tell me that he's heard it from his friend. Nobody's talked about it on Roblox. He doesn't remember having seen or been told that it is an inset day. I certainly haven't told him that it's an inset day, but he's absolutely certain. And he's toddled back upstairs to play on his thing, safe in that knowledge. He knows he's got the day off the next day. And so I'm like, all right, I'm just going to check this. There's no point stressing about it in the morning, like running around and then, or like even worse, right, walking him into school on a day off when he's already dressed and I just look like a terrible kind of uninformed father, which I have done. I have literally taken him to school on a day off before. That's me. I did that. So I am, as I say, I'm extra hot on this stuff now. So I go and check on it. Go on the school website, and the calendar is there, and I check it, get to the date, I'm like, nope. School definitely starts again tomorrow. Class is back. 21st of February is there, like, clear as day. And so I go and, like, knock on his door, and I'm like, but I'm not sort of trying to break it to him gently, but I just, I'm not rubbing it in his face or anything, to deliberately upset him. But I'm like, look, bad news. Looks like you are back tomorrow. And he's like, what? He's like, so instantly upset. Like he went from first to fifth gear immediately. Inconsolable. Tears just streaming. He was not in a good way. Really, really upset. It's the most upset that I've seen him about literally anything. I could fucking die tomorrow and he wouldn't be as upset as he was the other night finding out that he had to go back to school again. And then I've like, there's some bad parent guilt there for some reason. Like in my gut, there's like, it's like my self-conscious is saying like, oh, come on. Like, why'd you have to go and upset him like that? Meanwhile, like the other half of my brain is like, what? Like, it's not my fault that he has to go back to school tomorrow. Like I didn't promise him the day off and then take it away from him. It's like I had like a sort of an angel on one shoulder and a devil on the other one. And they're like, like where the angel's like, oh, why'd you have to go and break his heart like that? Meanwhile, like the devil's just like, what? It's not, he hasn't done this to him. He's invented his own fantasy where he gets to have the day off, but it's not real. Like, it's a dream. It's a dream that he had the following day off. And then when reality comes knocking, then it's like, oh, that's really unfair. Like, I'm an asshole, am I? For just being present in reality. That's right. I'm the asshole now. Good stuff. I don't know, man. Weird, isn't it? It's I'll tell you what it's like, right? It's like, do you guys ever have an argument with someone and it gets a little bit heated? You know, it might not be about anything particularly important, but like the argument, the exchange starts to get just a little bit heated, and they're like, oh yeah, well, if you think that, you should just look it up. Go on, look it up on your phone. Look it up right now. And then you do look it up on your phone, and you were right. But you feel like, but then now it's really fucking awkward. Like, you feel bad for being right. You know, like if it was with your wife, you know, it's getting heated. It's about, you know, somebody coming down to visit. Maybe your mum, her mother-in-law is coming down to visit, and it starts getting a little bit too snappy, a little bit too heated and emotional. And she's just like, you always do this. You always do this. You didn't say that. Go on, check it in the WhatsApps. And then you do, right? You pull out the WhatsApps, you scan back, and it's there. Like, I mean, it says it really clearly there. It says clear as day. It's like the 16th. Like, is this right? Like 2 months ago, it says they're coming down on the 16th. It even says underneath it, like, please, can you put it in your diary? Oh God! And like now you're sheepish for where this is gonna go. Like, it's like the emptiest of victories. Like, you're right, but you're like, oh God, I don't know where this is headed. You know, it's like you win the argument, but lose the bed for the night. You've gained a night on the sofa from winning the argument. What have you even won? Anyway, it was like that. It was like that with my son. It was like me going, actually, you do have to go to school tomorrow. What? Just a reality meltdown in his head. Just cannot deal with his fantasy, magic alternative reality not being real. Like, maybe a career in right-wing populism could beckon.